In every race, there are always individuals who stand above their lesser brethren. Some are called alphas, some are kings, and others are elders. But they all share one common trait. They are the most powerful among their kind. Are you familiar with each of these beings? In the shadowy realm of the undead, where darkness reigns and whispers of eternal night echo through the ages, there exists a breed of vampire that stands above all others, the elder vampire. These ancient beings, steeped in the lore of centuries past, possess powers and abilities far beyond those of their lesser kin, casting a long and chilling shadow over the world of mortals. Unlike ordinary vampires, who are bound by the limitations of their cursed existence, elder vampires have transcended the boundaries of mortality, achieving a level of power and mastery that is unrivaled in the undead hierarchy. With age comes wisdom, and with wisdom comes power, and elder vampires have had centuries, perhaps even millennia, to hone their skills and perfect their craft. Physically, elder vampires are a sight to behold, their forms exuding an aura of unearthly grace and majesty. Their features are often more refined and aristocratic than those of their younger counterparts, reflecting the centuries of refinement that have shaped their immortal existence. Yet, beneath their veneer of sophistication lies a dark and primal hunger, a thirst for blood that can never be sated. But it is not just their appearance that sets elder vampires apart. It is also their mastery of the dark arts and their command over the forces of the night. Unlike ordinary vampires, whose powers are limited to superhuman strength, speed, and agility, elder vampires possess a vast array of supernatural abilities that defy comprehension. Among their most potent abilities is their control over the minds of mortals, which allows them to bend others to their will with but a single glance. Through the power of hypnosis and suggestion, elder vampires can compel their victims to do their bidding, turning them into unwitting thralls to serve their every whim. But perhaps the most terrifying aspect of elder vampires is their ability to shapeshift and take on different forms. Unlike ordinary vampires, whose transformations are limited to that of a bat or wolf, elder vampires can assume the guise of any creature they desire, from a swirling cloud of mist to a towering demon of darkness. Yet, for all their power and mastery, elder vampires are not invincible. They are bound by the same weaknesses as their lesser kin, vulnerable to sunlight, silver, and holy symbols. In the end, elder vampires are more than just creatures of the night. Whether worshipped as gods or feared as demons, they are beings of unparalleled power and malevolence, their names whispered in terror by all who dare to speak of them. In the realm of lycanthropy, the Alpha Werewolf stands as the apex predator, distinguished by its immense power and commanding presence. Originating from tales as old as time itself, the Alpha Werewolf transcends the boundaries of mere folklore, embodying the very essence of raw, primal strength. Legend has it that an Alpha Werewolf is not just a creature of the night. It is the most dangerous breed among its kind. Its canine form, notably larger than its kin, exudes an aura of dominance, marked by fiery red eyes that pierce through the darkness. Rarely, an alpha can transform into a colossal wolf, its appearance both fearsome and brutish, a sight to strike terror into the hearts of mortals. To ascend to the rank of alpha, a werewolf must achieve the seemingly impossible: slay another alpha or amass the loyalty of fellow lycanthropes to form a new pack. However, there exists a rarer breed known as the true alphas, individuals who rise to power solely through their strength of character and force of will, a testament to their unparalleled resolve. The bite of an alpha carries unparalleled significance, capable of transforming a human into a beta werewolf with a mere touch. Yet, this transformative power comes with great risk. Those whose bodies reject the bite face a fate worse than death itself. Physically, Alpha Werewolves dwarf their brethren in size and stature, their forms towering over the landscape like titans of the night. With bright red eyes that pierce the darkness, they command attention and instill fear in all who behold them. But it is not merely their imposing presence that sets Alpha Werewolves apart. It is their unparalleled strength and agility that truly define them. Possessing limitless physical prowess, Alpha Werewolves can bend steel, crush concrete, and level entire cities with a single blow. Their strength knows no bounds, growing with age and intensity, making them formidable adversaries even to the oldest of vampires and supernatural beings. In addition to their raw power, Alpha Werewolves exhibit godlike speed and agility, moving with such swiftness and grace that they appear as blurs to mortal eyes. They can outrun any foe, scale sheer surfaces with ease, and perform acrobatic feats that defy the laws of physics. Their senses are similarly heightened, allowing them to perceive the world with unparalleled clarity. In battle, they are unstoppable forces of nature, wielding their powers with precision and ferocity. If you enjoy this type of content, consider subscribing. It's free and you can unsubscribe later. High Elves, also known as the Elder or Noble Elves, are often portrayed as the epitome of elvenkind, possessing qualities that set them apart from their kin. While elves are typically depicted as graceful and agile creatures with a deep connection to nature, high elves elevate these traits to new heights. Their beauty is renowned, their features almost otherworldly in their perfection, and their demeanor is regal and aloof, befitting their elevated status. But it is not merely their physical attributes that distinguish high elves from their brethren. It is their mastery of magic that truly sets them apart. Unlike elves, whose affinity for magic is innate but often limited, high elves are born with an inherent understanding of the arcane arts. From a young age, they are trained in the ways of magic, honing their skills until they become formidable wielders of mystical power. In many mythologies, high elves are depicted as the custodians of ancient knowledge and guardians of sacred sites. They are often portrayed as wise and enigmatic beings, with insights into the mysteries of the universe that far surpass those of mortals. Their cities are marvels of architecture and enchantment, hidden away from the prying eyes of lesser races, and their knowledge of the natural world is unparalleled. In terms of power, high elves are often portrayed as formidable warriors and spellcasters, capable of wielding both sword and sorcery with equal skill. Their mastery of magic allows them to manipulate the elements, conjure powerful illusions, and even commune with the spirits of nature. In battle, they are graceful and deadly, their movements like poetry in motion as they unleash devastating spells and martial prowess upon their foes. But perhaps the greatest strength of the high elves lies in their unity and sense of purpose. Unlike their more solitary brethren, high elves often band together in great societies, forming alliances that span the ages. Their cities are bastions of light and magic, shining beacons of hope in a world shrouded in darkness. In the mystical realms of Arabian mythology, where the sands whisper ancient secrets and the winds carry tales of wonder, one class of jinn reigns supreme: the Marid. These powerful beings stand apart from their ordinary counterparts, wielding a vast array of fantastical powers that make them the most formidable of all jinn. Unlike common jinn, Marids are rare, and for good reason. Their immense power poses a threat even to beings as mighty as Iblis, the devil himself. It is said that Iblis took precautions in employing Marids, reserving them for tasks that required extreme and efficient means. In some myths, legend has it that God sealed the Marids within bronze urns or jars, etching his ineffable name upon them, condemning them to darkness for eternity. Despite their imprisonment, Marids are not forgotten in the annals of myth. They are mentioned in pre-Islamic Arabian lore and prominently featured in tales such as The Fisherman and the Jinni from the 1001 Nights. Though their power is unparalleled, Marids can still be controlled by those who possess their prison, like any jinn. However, they are notoriously difficult to sway to their master's side, requiring great skill and strength of will. In the ancient world, one figure was said to have mastered the control of Marids effortlessly: King Solomon. His legendary wisdom and divine favor granted him dominion over these mighty beings, a testament to his unparalleled power and authority. In the rich tapestry of Japanese folklore, the Kyuubi, or nine-tailed fox, stands as a symbol of both beauty and terror, its legend woven into the fabric of countless tales and myths. Unlike its more common counterpart, the Kyuubi is a creature of unparalleled power and cunning, capable of both great benevolence and malevolence. At its core, the Kyuubi is a yokai, a supernatural being with the ability to shapeshift and manipulate the world around it. Like all kitsune, It possesses magical abilities and a deep connection to the spiritual realm, but its 9 tails mark it as a creature of exceptional strength and wisdom. In Japanese mythology, the number 9 is often associated with power and longevity, and the Kyuubi embodies these qualities to the fullest. One of the most distinctive features of the Kyuubi is its 9 tails, each one representing a century of life and experience. As the Kyuubi grows older, its tails multiply, granting it greater wisdom and mastery over its magical abilities. In some legends, it is said that the Kyuubi can control fire with its tails, unleashing devastating infernos upon its enemies. But it is not just its magical abilities that make the Kyuubi so formidable. It is also its intelligence and cunning. Unlike lesser kitsune, which may be mischievous or playful, the Kyuubi is a creature of great cunning and guile, capable of outsmarting even the most skilled of adversaries. In many stories, it is depicted as a trickster figure, using its powers of illusion and shape-shifting to manipulate events to its advantage. In terms of power, the Kyuubi is virtually unmatched among yokai. Its 9 tails grant it incredible strength and agility, allowing it to move with supernatural speed and precision. Its magical abilities are equally impressive, allowing it to cast powerful spells and curses with a mere flick of its tails. But perhaps the most fascinating aspect of the Kyuubi is its dual nature. While it is often portrayed as a fearsome and malevolent creature, capable of bringing destruction and chaos wherever it goes, it is also said to possess a benevolent side. In some legends, the Kyuubi is depicted as a protector of the innocent, using its powers to aid those in need and defend the weak against injustice. The Kyuubi remains one of the most enigmatic and captivating figures in Japanese mythology, its legend continuing to inspire awe and wonder in all who hear its tale. Whether feared or revered, it is a creature of unmatched power and beauty. In the shadowy realms of fantasy and folklore, the figure of the Lich casts a chilling and ominous presence. Yet, even among these undead abominations, there exists a being of unparalleled darkness and power, the Arch Lich. To understand the distinction between a normal Lich and its more formidable counterpart, one must delve into the depths of myth and legend. At its core, a Lich is a sorcerer or wizard who has achieved immortality through the dark arts, typically by means of a forbidden ritual known as the Rite of Lichdom. By binding their soul to a phylactery, an object of great magical power, the Lich gains eternal life at the cost of their humanity, transforming into a twisted and malevolent undead creature. While a typical Lich may have command over a few undead minions, the Arch Lich can raise entire armies of the undead with but a word, bending them to its will with terrifying ease. These legions of the damned serve as the foot soldiers in the Arch Lich's dark crusade, spreading death and despair wherever they tread. But it is not just their command over the undead that sets Arch Liches apart. It is also their mastery of the dark arts and their insatiable thirst for power. Unlike lesser Liches, which may be content to lurk in the shadows and scheme from afar, the Arch Lich seeks to dominate all who oppose it, crushing any who dare to challenge its authority with ruthless efficiency. In terms of sheer magical prowess, the Arch Lich is virtually unmatched among undead beings. Its spells are potent and terrible, capable of rending flesh from bone and tearing the very fabric of reality asunder. With but a gesture, it can summon storms of darkness, raise the dead from their graves, and curse entire kingdoms with eternal night. But perhaps the most terrifying aspect of the Arch Lich is its immortality. Unlike mortal creatures, which are bound by the laws of life and death, the Arch Lich is a being of eternal darkness, its soul forever bound to its undead form. In the celestial hierarchy of divine beings, the Seraphim stand as radiant beacons of purity and power, transcending the ranks of their angelic brethren with their awe-inspiring presence and boundless grace. Renowned for their proximity to the divine and their unwavering commitment to righteousness, the Seraphim embody the highest ideals of heavenly perfection. At first glance, the Seraphim may appear similar to their more common angelic counterparts, sharing many of the same ethereal qualities and divine attributes. They possess luminous wings that blaze with the fire of celestial glory, their forms suffused with an otherworldly radiance that illuminates even the darkest corners of creation. However, It is in their nature and purpose that the Seraphim truly distinguish themselves from ordinary angels. While most angels serve as messengers or guardians, tasked with carrying out the will of the divine, the Seraphim occupy a higher plane of existence, standing in the very presence of the divine and serving as its closest attendants. In many mythologies, the Seraphim are described as the burning ones, their fiery visages symbolizing the intensity of their divine fervor and the purity of their devotion. They are often depicted as beings of pure light, their celestial radiance capable of banishing darkness and dispelling evil with but a word. But it is not just their appearance that sets the Seraphim apart. It is also their immense power and authority within the celestial hierarchy. Unlike ordinary angels, whose powers may be limited in scope and scale, the Seraphim possess a level of divine authority that borders on the omnipotent. They can command the elements, shape reality itself, and even challenge the very forces of creation with but a thought. One of the most striking differences between Seraphim and ordinary angels lies in their role as guardians of the divine throne. In many mythologies, the Seraphim are described as encircling the throne of God, their wings outstretched in worship and adoration. They serve as the first line of defense against any who would dare to threaten the sanctity of the divine realm, their celestial might unmatched by any mortal or immortal force. But perhaps the most awe-inspiring aspect of the Seraphim is their unwavering commitment to righteousness and justice. Unlike ordinary angels, whose actions may be subject to the whims of mortal beings, the Seraphim are bound by a higher law, a law that transcends the petty concerns of mortal existence and reflects the divine will itself. The Seraphim remain a symbol of divine power and purity, their presence serving as a beacon of hope and inspiration to all who behold them. Whether worshipped as gods or revered as celestial guardians, they are beings of unparalleled majesty and grace, their names spoken in reverent whispers by all who seek the light of the divine. In the intricate tapestry of demonic hierarchy, the demon lord stands as a formidable figure, commanding legions of infernal minions and wielding unrivaled power over the realms of darkness. Unlike ordinary demons, which may serve various malevolent purposes and carry out the bidding of higher-ranking entities, the demon lord occupies a position of supreme authority and influence, reigning as sovereign over vast domains of hellish torment. The distinction between a demon lord and a typical demon lies not only in their station within the infernal hierarchy, but also in their inherent power and dominion. While ordinary demons may possess varying degrees of strength and influence, the demon lord is characterized by an unparalleled mastery of dark magic and demonic forces, capable of reshaping reality itself to suit their twisted desires. In many mythologies and occult traditions, the ascent to the rank of demon lord is fraught with peril and treachery, requiring the aspiring demon to overcome countless trials and challenges to claim their rightful place at the pinnacle of demonic power. Some legends speak of fallen angels or ancient spirits who, through acts of rebellion or dark pact-making, ascend to become demon lords, forsaking their former selves in pursuit of ultimate dominion. One of the defining attributes of a demon lord is their ability to command legions of lesser demons, bending them to their will and marshaling their collective strength to wage war against the forces of light and righteousness. Through sheer force of will and the dark allure of their promises, demon lords gather followers and minions to swell their ranks, creating vast armies of darkness to carry out their infernal schemes. But perhaps the most fearsome aspect of the demon lord lies in their mastery of demonic magic and sorcery. Unlike lesser demons, whose powers may be limited in scope or application, the demon lord possesses a deep understanding of infernal lore and arcane rituals, allowing them to wield dark energies with devastating effect. They can summon infernal creatures, cast curses upon their enemies, and even open portals to other realms, unleashing untold horrors upon the world. Yet, for all their power and malevolence, demon lords are not invincible. They are often portrayed as beings driven by insatiable ambition and boundless greed, their thirst for power leading them to pursue ever greater acts of depravity and cruelty. In many mythologies, demon lords are ultimately doomed to fall from grace, their reign of terror coming to an end at the hands of righteous heroes or divine intervention. In the annals of mythology and folklore, the figure of the demon lord looms large as a symbol of primal evil and unchecked ambition. Whether feared as a harbinger of destruction or revered as a dark deity, The demon lord remains an enduring archetype of malevolent power and the eternal struggle between light and darkness. In the vast tapestry of dragon lore, few creatures inspire as much awe and reverence as the ancient dragons, beings of primordial power and unfathomable wisdom that predate even the gods themselves. Unlike their more common kin, which may roam the skies or hoard treasure in remote mountain lairs, ancient dragons occupy a unique place in the pantheon of mythological beings, embodying the very essence of cosmic majesty and primordial chaos. Legend has it that ancient dragons emerged from the mists of creation, born from the elemental forces that shaped the cosmos in its infancy. They are beings of immense size and strength, their forms wreathed in scales as hard as stone and eyes that gleam with the wisdom of ages past. These creatures are not merely guardians of treasure or marauders of the skies. They are living embodiments of the natural order, their presence shaping the very fabric of reality itself. One of the defining characteristics of ancient dragons is their connection to the forces of creation and destruction. In many mythologies, they are depicted as the progenitors of life and the architects of worlds, shaping continents and oceans with the mere flick of their mighty tails. Yet, for all their power and majesty, ancient dragons are also agents of chaos and upheaval, their presence heralding cataclysmic events and world-shattering conflicts. One of the most famous examples of an ancient dragon is Nidhogg, the legendary serpent that gnaws at the roots of Yggdrasil, the world tree of Norse mythology. According to legend, Nidhogg is said to survive even the cataclysmic events of Ragnarok, the twilight of the gods, emerging from the ashes of the old world to usher in a new era of chaos and destruction. Such is the power and influence of ancient dragons that even the mightiest of gods, including Odin and Thor, are said to pale in comparison. But Nidhogg is far from the only ancient dragon to feature prominently in myth and legend. Across cultures and civilizations, tales abound of dragons that slumber beneath the earth or soar through the heavens, their names whispered in reverent tones by those who dare to speak of their existence. Some are said to possess the ability to shapeshift into human form, while others are revered as divine beings worthy of worship and sacrifice. In the annals of mythology and folklore, ancient dragons stand as symbols of primal power and elemental chaos, their presence shaping the destiny of worlds and the course of history itself. Whether feared as agents of destruction or revered as harbingers of renewal, these magnificent creatures remain an enduring testament to the enduring power of myth and the boundless imagination of humankind. In the vast tapestry of myth and legend, heroes stand as beacons of courage, strength, and resilience, embodying the very essence of human potential and the triumph of the human spirit. Set apart from ordinary mortals by their extraordinary deeds and unwavering resolve, heroes are the champions of humanity, the ones who dare to defy fate and forge their own destinies amidst the chaos of the world. At first glance, heroes may appear no different from their fellow humans, possessing no supernatural powers or divine lineage to set them apart. Yet, it is precisely their ordinariness that makes their feats all the more extraordinary. For heroes are not born of privilege or fortune. They are forged in the crucible of adversity, their mettle tested and tempered by the trials of life. Unlike gods or titans, whose power stems from their divine heritage, heroes draw strength from within, tapping into reservoirs of courage and determination that lie dormant within every human heart. They are the embodiment of the human potential, the living proof that even the weakest among us can rise to greatness through sheer force of will. But what truly sets heroes apart is not their physical prowess or martial skill, but their unwavering commitment to a higher ideal. Whether driven by a sense of duty, honor, or justice, heroes are guided by a moral compass that transcends the petty concerns of mortal existence, inspiring all who behold them to aspire to something greater than themselves. In the annals of mythology and folklore, heroes are often portrayed as the last line of defense against the forces of darkness and chaos, the ones who stand between civilization and oblivion. From the valiant knights of medieval Europe to the legendary warriors of ancient Greece, heroes have always been the ones to answer the call to arms when all hope seems lost. Yet, for all their strength and valor, heroes are not immune to doubt or fear. They are human, after all, with all the flaws and vulnerabilities that entails. And it is precisely their ability to overcome these weaknesses that makes their triumphs all the more inspiring. In the end, heroes are more than just characters in a story. They are symbols of hope and resilience, reminders of the power of the human spirit to overcome even the greatest of obstacles. Whether facing down a fearsome dragon or standing up to tyranny and oppression, heroes remind us that, with courage and determination, anything is possible. For deeper insights into these mythical races, click on the video to your left. And for more captivating mythology content, check out the video to your right. If you found this video enjoyable, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for future uploads.